Welcome everyone, it's great to have you here. Today we are at the self-service box. I brought my neighbor Peter with me. He has his camper van with the modified Citroen jumper. And today, after a big trip through England and Scotland, we are going to take a look at an insect remover that I already showed you in the first test. It's from TUGA Chemie, the Insect Devil. I definitely wanted to show you this again here in a stronger insect field. Let's do that together now. Let's get closer to the vehicle. Peter talks about how many kilometers they have driven. I believe it must have been over 1,000 for sure. And then we will take a look at how the Insect Devil, which I am currently testing intensively for you, performs on a vehicle like this, and whether we might actually need a much stronger alkaline pre-cleaner. Hey, let's get started. All right, let's get started. I'm going to spray a little bit of this on the surface. It's a white vehicle, which is not always easy to see on camera. But you can see here we have a lot of insect residue. It is currently doing a very brief drizzle for 30 seconds. So here nothing has softened, everything is completely solid. We have dirt all over, even here on the chrome. I think we might have to polish this in the future because the vehicle has already been on many trips. But let's go up to the hood here in front. To do this, simply unlock it and then we'll spray it on generously. You also have that lemongrass scent with you again. It's important that you catch everything nicely. We'll take another look at the yellow formula shortly. It's also good to see that there is a slight yellowish tint on the white surface. Yes, I believe you can see it on the camera that it really adheres very well to the surface. And with such a large vehicle, you also need to use a bit more product. Here at the front, we go over it again. There's nothing else here. And over here on the plastic, we will also go over it again. So that works. I also brought headlights, but we can spray over them again here. So spraying works. Large vehicle area. I would estimate that in terms of size, this is about twice the front of a normal car. So here we need to think a bit larger in relation. You can also transfer it into a spray bottle so you can easily mist it on here. The gel formula adheres very well to the surface, which can be clearly seen here, and the insects, you can also see it well here. Some of it is already running down. Let's let it sit for a moment. Here you can also see how it dissolves, and then we'll take a look at how it performs in terms of cleaning effectiveness. So, 3 minutes have now passed, and let's take a look at how Peter and his wife have accumulated over 5,000 kilometers on the car during this journey. This is truly an extreme load that has been put on it. We really can't compare this with a normal vehicle. So this trip alone was 5,000 kilometers, and now I'm curious to see how much the insect cleaner can remove from this thick crust and these hard-baked substances. The rinsing agent turned on, or the pre-wash? What? A few things. Oh, that's with foam. Okay. Can you switch back to the floor rinsing, please? So, Peter is now spraying here on the side, using the remaining cleaning solution that is left, and you can already see from a distance, it looks very good. If we take a closer look at 5,300 km, the car has not been polished before, then the surface was completely unsoiled beforehand. Is this really an absolutely top cleaning result? I'll go over it here. I believe the focus, if I take my hand here, also manages to adjust that. Here are stone chips. Not that you think these are tuba insects in the devil. Stone chips, stone chip, stone chip. And I believe overall more than kilometers have already been driven. But now here, this crust, the main crust, 5,300 kilometers. This really needs to be put into perspective compared to a normal vehicle. I believe that if I drove my BMWs here for 5,000 kilometers, it would be completely different. It takes ages for me anyway. But with a car like this, it just takes 10, 14 days. And for that, I really have to say, I need to give a big, big compliment to the TUGA Insekten-Teufel. I also brought the intensive cleaner with me. And I thought, okay, maybe I should make a comparison. But you can see here, these insects have really come off very, very well. It also looks very, very good on the plastic. We still have a few really tough things here that might need polishing as well. As I said, I didn't see the condition beforehand. I couldn't film the vehicle beforehand and polish it completely. Therefore, I can't conduct the test in such extreme detail. But what he has cleaned off after 5,300 kilometers and what was already there a bit before, I think is a very, very impressive achievement. Well, we have to completely acknowledge that here, it really looks good. You also saw that at the beginning, Peter activated the main wash program, which produced foam. But I must also make it clear that if you shoot it here, the foam has no significant cleaning power because it cannot work at all. This means we only remove the insects with the high pressure that comes out. And I also got a bit closer because the strength of these pressure washers here is really set very, very, very low. So super, super safe. But in terms of cleaning performance, you can also get a bit closer. It really worked well. And after 5,000 kilos and 5,300, it really went very, very well. Well, I am very, very satisfied. We can also take a look at the headlights. Just need to put some water on them. And here one could also go over it again with a polish or intensive cleaner. 2001. But this is really a very, very good cleaning performance for the insect remover. So, a big compliment there.
Yes, I've never gotten it this clean before. That's true. It's nice, yes. Stone chips, of course, cannot be removed. If there are stone chips, it just is what it is. Yes. We zoomed through Scotland for 5,300 kilometers. And it wasn't that clean beforehand either. Well, this is almost like right at the beginning. And up there, we need to make sure we can manage it as well. But we always have such a hard time getting to that.
Yes, we have to do that too. Can we actually join in again?
Yes.
So, here you can see the life of a caravan owner on the ladder. But how else are you supposed to get up there? There are still self-service boxes for trucks where you can go up such stands. But that's always a point. Do you have something like that available? But you can see here that with a little caution, it can be done. You can also get up there. And if we go over it again with the insect remover, there is a lot of crust up there as well. It's just hard for me to film because I can hardly reach up there with the camera. I don't know if you can recognize the insects now. Here, we can definitely see a lot and some on it. So, 5,300 kilometers, the last trip alone, has already accumulated quite a bit. Yes, you can see what you have to work with. So if you're out here at the self-service box, using with a vehicle like this, then a ladder is also essential. But make sure that it is a good ladder that has a bit of grip on the steps so that it doesn't slip, because you are working with wet surfaces and shouldn't fall down. But Peter is trained, and I believe you get used to such things. Yes, and the insect remover has already shown top performance down here. You have to, I'll say it again, always see it in relation to the driving distance. 1,000 is just insane. So let's let it work here for a full 3 minutes. We'll let it sit again, and then we'll rinse it off. Unfortunately, we will have to stop here shortly. Otherwise, we won't make it up at all. So let's take a look at how the cleaning performance is up here. I think from the incline, it looks pretty much the same. Maybe even a bit steeper up here, although the insects hit here at the front and are flung over here. Yes, and those are the main spots on such a vehicle where all the tuber insects in the devil stick. Here you can also see how much dirt has accumulated above the rubber seal. There is a real black streak that has run down here. The insect remover also helped to dissolve that. There you can see it nicely again. I hope it is visible on the camera. And here it must also be clearly stated that you can see, in quotation marks, how gently these high pressure cleaners are set. In terms of pressure, they are relatively mild. So here you can also see the handling. It's quite a task with all the moving around and transporting. Well, I believe that if you have the chance to take someone else along, a second person who isn't filming and talking at the same time, then that's a big advantage. Here comes the black sauce. Look here. So from a distance, which you can't see now, here in the distance, but I can already tell you, it looks really good. I don't want to get too close yet, because otherwise I would also be getting wet. So now we can get started and I'll lift you up here. I think that looks good. Peter didn't get too close either. I briefly got to 10-15 centimeters because otherwise the pressure is just too low. But from the result, I find it very, very nice. And if you have any burnt on stuff up here, you can also go over it again with an intensive cleaner and a pad, because I can't assess how badly it is crusted or baked on for you. So just vary the products a bit. But for insect cleaning, this is really a nice thing. Well, if the owner is satisfied as well, then that's always the best outcome you can achieve. Well, I have to say that was really impressive. So feel free to test it out. I also promised you a somewhat more extreme test. And after 5,300 kilometers, I find the performance here really, really nice. We're testing a bit more for you now. Here, the trunk is full. I wish you a lot of fun with the next video. A short, compact test here on Peter's caravan. Have a lot of fun with the next video, guys. Take care, and I would appreciate a subscription. Make sure to leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more here with the insect remover, feel free to reach out via WhatsApp. Otherwise, I always test the things over the next weeks and months and can give you a long-term conclusion later. But at this point, I have to say, it was definitely impressive. Until next time, your Sebastian. Ciao.